Welcome to Football Overseas, your favorite sports hub where passion meets sports. Whether it's club football, international tournaments, or global leagues, we bring every game, every story, every debate straight to you. During the international break, every continent comes alive on our channel: Eurovision, all things Europe, Nations League, Euros, FIFA WC qualifiers. Goal Plus Africa, Africa's Heartbeat, AFCON, CHAN, COSAFA Cup, FIFA WC qualifiers. Libertadores Vision, South America Uncovered, Copa Libertadores, Copa America, WC qualifiers. Silk Dynasty, Asia Spotlight, Asian Cup, WC qualifiers. Harambee Stars Unleashed, everything about Kenya's national team. When club football dominates, we go deeper. United Frontline, the ultimate Man United fan experience. Echoes of Anfield, Liverpool like you've never seen it. House of Galacticos, Real Madrid Uncovered. Premier League Game Month Show, stats, analysis, insights every 4 game weeks. Champions Crystal Ball, UEFA Tournaments, Club World Cup, Super Cup predictions. Final Whistle Debate Show, the hottest sports topics debated by experts, every 6 weeks. Deal Paranoia, transfer window coverage you can't miss. And for weekly predictions? We cover everything: Premier League, Championship, FA Cup, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, DStv Premiership, T20 Cricket, F1, Women's Super League, international tournaments, and much more. Why subscribe? Because we don't just show games, we predict, analyze, debate, and break the stories that matter. From transfers to tactical battles, from managerial appointments to live watch-alongs, Football Overseas gives you the edge no other channel does. This is your hub for global sports, where every match counts, every opinion matters, and every fan belongs. Subscribe, join the debate, and fuel your passion. The game doesn't wait, and neither should you.
Okay. Yo, pick up guys, welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. And it has been long since I've done an episode like this. This is Premier League Game Match Show, the show where we review how Premier League teams have performed over the past 4 game weeks. And last time I did this episode, this is episode 8. Last time I did this was episode 5. And I missed you guys so much. It has been 12 game weeks, and it is amazing to see how time has flown and to see how the table has stand. Yeah, so that's what we're discussing. A lot of content. This is game at 7, and last time I did this was in game at 3. So we'll be doing title race, championship race, Europa League race, conference league relegation, other things like golden boots, other small things, also team form as well. And yeah, so obviously in terms of title race, it is a two man horse race between Arsenal and Man City. At this point, it is a City title race. Yeah, let me put this. Yeah. So Arsenal is ahead of the table by 5 points. Technically, 5 points. Arsenal's ahead of the table by 5 points, but Arsenal have not played City yet, and City have a game in hand. So it means City's game in hand is against Palace, and if City lose to Palace, that could give Arsenal an edge or a closer edge to confirmation of the title. But however, if City beat Palace and beat Arsenal, Arsenal has fully bottled the league, and any Arsenal fan telling you that they haven't bottled the league is lying to you. They will bottle the league if those two things come into effect. And I feel like that performance that Arsenal had against Wolves was the turning point where they lost the league. And I could be wrong, and I hope I'm right. That's the turning point. But at this point, Arsenal cannot afford to lose any more points. They cannot afford to drop any more points. They cannot afford to lose games as well. And it will be a tight race between City and Chelsea and Arsenal, especially with 10 games to go, two game months and two game weeks to go. That will be a tight race, a very tight race. Most likely it will end with a 1 point gap or 2 point gap. Whoever who wins the Premier League will be ahead by 1 point or 2 points. But the two teams have been on good form, especially Arsenal. Arsenal has just kept on dropping points where they should have won. I guess Brentford, they should have beaten Brentford. I guess Wolves, they should have beaten Wolves. And they dropped points there. Also, against Liverpool, they dropped points there. They could have beaten Liverpool. Yeah, so it's still a point dropped. And when you are in a title race and you are ahead by far, you should not be dropping points easily like the way Arsenal is. Especially when you are playing against a team like City, who they thrive for moments like this. They thrive for weaknesses in your defense. They thrive for weaknesses where you could be dropping points. And City knows how to be a champion. So Arsenal doesn't know how to be a champions yet. Yeah. And I feel like Arteta has not learned that yet. Has not learned how to be more aggressive. Has not learned how to be more attacking. And I feel like Arsenal depends a lot on set pieces. Yes, they say set pieces could win you games, but there's more variety to the game than corners, free kicks, and other things. You need to learn how to score more goals, open goal. You need to learn how to tighten up your defense. Your defense cannot be having back pass. Defense cannot be conceding goals when you pass back to the goalkeeper and the player opposition intercepts. Time and time over again, Arsenal has conceded goals like that where a centre back has passed back to Raya and the opposition player has intercepted the ball and scored from a counter. They need to be more sharper in those passes, back passes. That's how you have conceded time and time goals. And yeah, so I think as well that's another thing that could worry Arsenal fans as well. Also, City went into the winter transfer window to strengthen. Buying Semenyo was a good signing for City, especially they'll give Semenyo gives you goals, he gives you attack, he gives you also creativity as well, and it makes your team more lively as well. So I think City has done well signing Semenyo. They have also signed the centre backs. They fixed the centre back issue, and Arsenal still needs a bit of more signings here and there. I think in terms of squad depth, you need a bit of squad depth here and there, quality squad depth. Yeah. So let me move on to the next thing because I'm wasting a lot of time here. So for the Champions League race, for Champions League, there is 5 spots for UCL. UCL, there's 5 spots in UCL race. Yeah. So for UCL, obviously, you know that Champions League, England is given 5 spots for next year's Champions League spots. Currently, the teams in those spots are Aston Villa, Arsenal, City, Man United, and Liverpool. Those are the spots currently right now. And in terms of for you to be considered in a race for Champions League, you'd have like 5 to 6 points gap from the fifth place team, and that only means that Teams like Chelsea, Brentford are in the race. Yeah, so Brentford being in the race so far is a shock, but Brentford has been on and off this season, but they haven't yet found their spark, especially after Thomas Frank has left the club. I thought they would have found a better manager to replace him, but they haven't yet found that manager. And it is sad to see, but it's good to see how Brentford has been performing quite well. Brentford is a team where they have been flirting with potential chance to get to European football, but they have just been missing out by few goals, by few points, few mistakes here and there. But it's good to see that this season they could be in a strong contention for for European football, especially since Tottenham teams like Tottenham have fallen. Liverpool is not doing as well as they'll have loved to. Yeah, and other teams are rising up. So it is time for teams like Brentford to come up to charge for the Champions League spots, and I highly doubt that Brentford will get Champions League spot. I think the real title race is between Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, and Liverpool. Liverpool might Chel- between Liverpool or Chelsea, one of those two teams might miss out on Champions League football by a few points. Yeah, but as Villa club favors them a lot. Yeah, the club favors them a lot, and yeah, the club favors them a lot in the Europa League. Yeah. So also for you to get Champions League, you can also get Champions League through winning the trophy of UCL trophy that gets you a Champions League spot automatically. And all the six Champions League teams that are currently in Champions League, they are still in the race for Champions League. Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle, Arsenal. Obviously, teams like Newcastle, Chelsea have been given tough teams to play against. Tottenham is a 50-50 game. Liverpool is a 50-50 game. Arsenal has been given an easy chance in out of 16. Also, Man City has been given an easy chance. Man City is a 50-50. So it's only Arsenal that has a stronger shot at winning the Champions League this season, but I doubt they will win it. It will most likely be Spain, a Spanish team or a French team to win it. But all the six teams have a shot to win Champions League this season. Also, another way to get Champions League football is by you winning Europa League football, by you winning Europa League trophy. So that's those are teams like Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, so Aston Villa has has a easier, has a tougher run to the final than Nottingham Forest does. So I feel like Nottingham Forest has a higher chance of potentially getting relegated and playing UCL football next season. That will make a good historical record if that happens. For Europa League race, that is yeah. So UL yes, yeah. So we move to Europa League. So for Europa League, there's for this season, Europa League, England will get sixth and seventh spot for Europa League for next season. Most likely they'll get sixth and seventh spot. That means teams like Chelsea and Liverpool could be Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford could be in a race, potential race for Europa League football. Also, You can get Europa League football to winning the FA Cup. Yeah, so there are some teams in the shout for FA Cup. This is Al early rounds. FA Cup is still in round five. So we have teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Newcastle, Fulham, Leeds, West Ham, Wolves, Sunderland, and Brentford. Those are teams in the FA Cup. They're still teams that could have a shout at playing Europa League football next season. Obviously, teams like Arsenal and City, if they win, it them having that extra ticket will not matter. So that ticket will become null and void if they win it, and it should still go to sixth and seventh spot. But if a team like Fulham, Leeds, West Ham, Wolves, Brentford, and Sunderland win it, it means that sixth place will get Europa League football, and seventh place will get Conference League football. Like that's what happened. That's what happened when United won FA Cup, and yeah, and the seventh place team had to drop to Conference League. So that's what can happen in this case as well. So obviously teams that are in charge for Europa League sports to the league first to the league is teams like Fulham, Brighton, Sunderland, Newcastle, Everton, Bournemouth. Yeah, and also you can get Europa League football to winning Conference League. So Crystal Palace has a high shout at to getting Europa League football too. That obviously that Europa League, yeah, winning Conference League will not interfere with the league positions, because it is getting the winners tickets. Yeah, so it will not interfere. Yeah, so for wow, yeah, there was never 15 points lead, but yeah, it was never 15-point lead, but I just have to say it for the sake of make it sound how big it was. But I even forgot how big the lead was. It was, I think, at, was it a 10 points lead or 7 points or 8 points? Depends. Yeah, it wasn't a big lead. Let me even check. Hmm. Yeah, that's so this comment right now. How many points was Arsenal? Hmm. Yeah, it was 4 points lead. A win at Wolves will have taken Arsenal to 7 points lead, but I'm sure back then it was a big points lead back then because Arsenal has dropped points where they should have won. They've dropped a potential like 4 points, 7 points, 9 points. Those are 9 points. So plus the current 14 points, 13 plus the current 4 points, that's at 13 points. So almost close to a 15 points lead is what they have almost bottled here. So technically, it's still on points. But yeah, I've seen that comment. That's right now. Yeah. So for Conference League, obviously for Conference League sports, this Conference League race is that's a small race for Conference League football. Yeah, so that's between the small teams of Everton, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Sunderland, Brighton, Fulham, Palace. Those teams. Relegation is a smaller race between West Ham. West Ham have good players to look out for. Yes. So Scott can look out for West Ham, Burnley, Wolves, Leeds, and Tottenham. If one of those three teams get relegated, especially Nottingham and Leeds and Tottenham. Wait, let me pick up this. Yeah, so X. Yeah, so let me. So yeah, Leeds, Tottenham. Tottenham have some players like Vicky Badan, which I'll look forward to potentially stealing from Tottenham. Yeah, from Tottenham. Also, Ederson is a player to watch out for in the relegation race as well. If Nottingham gets relegated, Ederson, Morgan keeps right. There's potential good players in Nottingham. I'll do a show about this later on. Yeah, but for relegation, yeah. So for relegation, you have Leeds, Tottenham, Nottingham, West Ham, Burnley, Wolves. To be honest, I see West Ham staying up. I see Tottenham staying up. I see Nottingham staying up. Yeah, so it could be that's Leeds and Burnley who could be going down. Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves. Those three teams, sadly. And yeah, so let me even share something that I did. Sorry. Yeah, so obviously, as you guys know, that FA Cup has some chances of you going to European League football. It is high chances. For these small teams, it is lower chances, but let me share. Okay. Let's share. Yeah, perfect now. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, so like teams like Norwich, Mansfield, Wrexham, Southampton, Port Vale, Bristol City. Obviously, some of these teams will never they have a long shot. That's why I said long shot at FA Cup. Yeah, so like teams like Norwich, I know this time this kind of teams can get, yeah, they'll most likely get beaten, smashed, or knocked out anyway. But for these five teams or six teams, gaming is possible. If they put their head down and they go to the semi-final, anything is possible in the FA Cup. But we know most likely these teams will never make it to the quarterfinals or round of 16, but anything's possible. So for Europa League, for Championship, obviously, who's coming back up? ECC, EFL Championship. So whoever who's coming back up, we have Coventry City. Coventry City has been a kind of team that has had up and down, time and time. Right. Cov- Um, so those teams could come back up. Currently, they they're cool. They have been hopping up and about, up and down. They've been inconsistent a bit, but they have finally found their form back again. Not Coventry City was in the AFL playoffs last season. They did make it through because of they were knocked out in the semifinals. Hopefully, this time they can push for automatic promotion and do better this time than they did last time. Also, teams like Middlesbrough also was it in the shout for EFL playoffs last season. Meanwhile, as well, Middlesbrough have players like Hackney, Chris Riggs as well. Meanwhile, Winwall has been going up as a club. They used to be a mid-table club. I think last time when I watched EFL Championship, they were a mid-table club, flirting with mid-table, either upper mid-table or lower mid-table. Last time I checked, that was like 2 to 3 seasons ago. But I was checking yesterday when I was doing preparing for this episode. But I'm surprised they're in a race to win EFL Championship. But this is a long shot though. We all know currently could most likely win it. Automatic promotion. Um, Coventry City obviously has 71 points. Middlesbrough has 63 points. So those guys are in the race for automatic promotion. Also, other teams are in the race like Millwall, Ipswich, Hill City. Automatic promotion is mostly top two teams. Is there any other comments that I've misread? Yeah, let me reply. Yeah, at least I've replied to that comment. Yeah. So obviously promotion playoffs, you have that for 6 players for promotion playoffs. I was hearing something that promotion playoffs next season, not obviously this season, could be that to 8th place or something like that. Don't know how true that is, but it could be 6 teams in promotion playoffs. But obviously, meanwhile, Ipswich, Hull City, Wrexham have been up there. Ipswich, it would be good to see them back, going back to the Premier League. Yeah. Also, we have teams like Birmingham City. Derby City County, Watford, Princeton, and Southampton, and Bristol City. Bristol City has been flirting here and there. Bristol City was in the FAL playoffs last season. They didn't do so well. They were in the semi-finals and they were knocked out there. So defense now this is the most fun part of the episode. Defensive. Yeah, so teams like Arsenal has had the best defense so far. 13 clean sheets, 21 goals conceded. That's the best defensive club in the Premier League this season. Yeah, and these are the top six defensive clubs. In terms of data that I pulled up, like Arsenal, City, Villa, Chelsea, Everton, Palace, Sunderland. Yeah. Then the best clean sheets is um like clean sheet is when an opposition doesn't score against you. So those are like when the game ends like 0-0, or you win 1-0, 2-0, those things. Wow, views are sloped massively. Oh, okay. As I was checking. So that's why. So these are the best clean sheets. Worst defensive clubs are these ones. Like Burnley, West Ham. Yeah. So this teams with leaky defense like Burnley has conceded many goals. I don't think Burnley has operated so well recently in the Premier League. Also, the signings haven't been Premier League quality signings. There have been fringe players from big clubs that don't no longer need the players. Also, West Ham, I don't know what's happening with West Ham. They have been leaking quite a lot of goals, especially against that Liverpool game. They have leaked like 4 goals, and they need to find a way to stop leaking those goals. Also, Wolves have leaked quite among a number of goals, 51. Leeds as well, Bournemouth, and Tottenham as well. So these are top six. Clean sheets. These are teams who struggle to keep the opposition out of their goal. Yeah, in a match, those are like Man United has had 5 clean sheets, Fulham 5, Leeds 4, Wolves 4, West Ham 3, Burnley 3. Now, these are the best offensive clubs. In terms of shots, sometimes some shots don't go on target, but the best offensive clubs, yeah. So the Manchester clubs have been performing quite well in terms of attack. Obviously, Man City has been converting most of their into most of their shots into goals, with the highest conversion rate. Some shots you can shoot are not converting to goals. That's something you can struggle with. Yeah. So obviously, Man City has been the highest scoring teams, 57, 56. Arsenal. Yeah. So Man United is up there. United has improved quite a number of times. Chelsea up there, Liverpool up there. Brentford, Bournemouth have been improving, especially with goals from Igor Thiago, Adeli, each I'll mention quite later on in the episode. And yeah, these are shots as well. So obviously, yeah, Brighton is here, but they haven't been converting so much shots anyway. So, what's offensive clubs who haven't been scoring much goals? They've been finding an issue finding finding the back of the net of the opposition. So these are like Wolves, Nottingham, Sunderland, Palace, Everton, Burnley. These are teams who haven't created much service, who haven't tested the opposition to goalkeeper much a lot of times. Yeah. So now in terms of team form, so what happens? I take um so in terms of team form, what I do is I take a result for the past 4 game weeks. I put them into a point system, and when I give it 3 points, I draw is 1 point, loss is -1 point. So excellent is 12 points, very good is 9 to 11. So basically all that. So City has had excellent points. This this game month winning a lot of games, 4 wins out of 4. United has had very good form this season. They are also unbeaten this game month as well with Man City. Um, Arsenal and Liverpool they have had improvements. Liverpool has improved quite a number of times. Liverpool, I remember in the previous game month, they were not performing quite well. It was a series of performance, and yeah. So Brentford, Chelsea, Bournemouth, these are teams who have had series of performances, some good performances, some bad for performances where they have dropped some points. Then teams like West Ham, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Aston Villa, Burnley, Brentford have had bad form. Then Newcastle has had very bad form, and the rest have had terrible forms. Struggle. Yeah, so obviously this month we have seen Thomas Frank being sacked, Sendesh being sacked as Nottingham's manager, and these are the managers who have been sacked before. And so managers in danger of being sacked is Glasner, Fabian, Fabian, and Scott Parker. Yeah. So now player stats. Golden Boot race. Haaland is winning the Golden Boot, leading by far. Haaland has been phenomenal this season. In terms of GA, he has been performing quite well. Also, Igor Thiago has been performing quite well for Brentford. He has really stepped up after Bomo left Brentford. Semenyo has performed quite well for Bournemouth and City. Ekitike has been performing quite well for Liverpool. Even though he wasn't signed to be number one striker for Liverpool, he's more of number two striker, but he's providing service like a number one striker of Liverpool. Coquerez, we know people sometimes call him a flop, but he hasn't done as bad as he could have. Um, Calvin Lewin for lead service, providing good service for Leeds. Salah has been off his game a bit. Bruno, 12 assists, an amazing playmaker to watch. And Jackie Haaland, 7 assists. Both side Haaland has really upped his game. Haaland has provided assists. I know most people say Haaland does more than does score goals, but he has really upped his game. And obviously, Golden Love is this one. Yeah, so I think we have come to the end, and thank you guys for joining the stream. Kyle, and I'll see you guys next time. And I'm out of here. Yeah.
Thanks for watching Football Overseas. We're thrilled you joined us for today's action and analysis. If you enjoyed the stream, smash that like button, share with your football family, and subscribe to never miss a moment. Stay connected with us, Instagram at EP.8, X at Kyle44323945, Facebook, Football Overseas and Football for Life Show, TikTok, FO_NextGen_SportShub. Catch all your favorite shows, Premier League Game Month Show, Champions Crystal Ball, Goal Plus Africa, Eurovision, Libertad, Cricket, NBA, and Rugby. Want to join our team of predictors? We're looking for passionate fans like you. Email us at fanmanchesterunited515@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram with your name, favorite team, and nationality. Football Overseas is where passion meets sports. The final whistle may have blown, but the conversation continues. Keep your passion burning, and we'll see you in the next stream. Subscribe now, because at Football Overseas, the action never stops.